Hello members, fans, and even haters. This is Lord Rick. I would like to take this time to thank all our fans and loyal supporters. I'd also like to take the time to address a few issues. Recently, we've had a lot of problems with death threats, hate mail, people sending porn to our guest book, people trying to call me fraudulent, which is fine. You know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. However, if you're going to call me a fake and you're going to make threats to me, you might as well at least show me the face of my accuser and quit hiding on my group and quit hiding under false proxies. Because let me tell you something, and this goes out towards the people who have been doing this. Let this be a warning. Cease and desist. Let me explain something to you. We are a public business. If you threaten me, you threaten the business. In other words, if I were to call law enforcement right now, I have enough evidence to actually have a lot of people arrested. And right now, a lot of people think it's a joke, but I have witnesses, and I have plenty of evidence saved. Sending pornography to my email address and to my group is illegal. Okay? I'm not here because I enjoy being threatened. I do this because I enjoy helping other people. I have a lot of members, a lot of supporters, and a lot of people that have known me for quite a few years now. Let me explain something else to you. I don't get paid to do this. I am not a politician. This is not a popularity contest. What I do is basically because I enjoy doing it. And I love to explore places. I love the paranormal. I don't force anybody to believe what's on my site. We merely put it up and we let you come to your own conclusions. And in light of things, if you really want to know who we are, let me tell you about us. We have taken over 60,000 photographs in a few years. We have done everything from ships to catacombs to historical locations to cemeteries to even state hospitals. We've held over 30 public events, which includes parties and meetups. We have photos from every single event. We've done 11 media appearances. I am in about 4 books, made the front page of 4 separate newspapers in the state of Florida. I also have been on television about 3 to 4 times. We're a very successful group. We're good at what we do. That's because we are very honest, very straightforward, and very hard workers. I would also like to take the time to say that we're a very family-orientated group. We're not about hate, we're not about violence, we're about spiritualism and the study of the paranormal. I have posted in about 5 years 50,000 posts. That is amazing. I have every record, state paranormal record in Florida. I vitalized and revolutionized the paranormal in Western New York. Before me, there was no groups out that way. I went to a lot of these places, then other groups followed. When at one time I used to advertise them, and a lot of them became vandalized. And since then, you know, we have kept things on a low down to preserve these haunted locations and to protect them. Our hard work shows. We camp out in the woods. We spend the night in haunted places. We hike in the rain, the snow. We go out of state. We allow all members to investigate with us at no cost. The donations I receive is very few. Some months I pay for the site myself. Every party I host can cost me anywhere from $100 to $200, and that comes out of my pocket. We're always paying for gas every week to go out of town, for film, for equipment, and even for airline tickets to go to places. And a lot of it comes out of our pockets. A lot of other groups charge membership fees, and they overcharge, and they do pocket the money. That's fraudulent, not PGS. Also, we have nothing to hide. Not once have you ever seen me blur out my face. Have you ever seen me hide my email address? I don't hide. People calling me fake and fraud, that's envy, that's jealousy. Because fakes do not send voice messages to their fans and their members. Fakes do not show their photos of their children and them with their children at the parties and the meetups. Fake is nothing but a defamation of character. Nobody can prove that I'm a fake. It's all hearsay. However, those that have investigated, such as an editor that came along on our investigation, some of the members have known me for years, know I am the real deal. And my paranormal investigating is very, very eccentric. However, who isn't eccentric? But we work very hard at what we do. Back in 2003, my friend Robert Carr, he was killed by a drunk driver. He was walking a foot away from me. The car hit him and kept going. It threw him 100 feet. It killed him instantly. We had nowhere to go, nowhere to get help. And I have had to pay a lot in my life for this. I've had to live with it the rest of my life. And when people come around harassing us, it really is the lowest thing you can do. It makes you not a very good person. It makes you a coward. Because I have promised Robert Carr's ex-girlfriend and many of his friends that I would continue to do the paranormal work in the name of him so that he did not die for nothing. He died because he believed in what we do. And it's not right when some hate group or a bunch of hate groups try to throw him in my face when his intentions were to help us explore. A lot of people out there are cowards, and they're very jealous. PGS does all their own investigations. All the work is collected by me and my investigators. It's not collected through our fans or our members. All our work is put on our site. We do not hide anything from the public. The only thing we hide is the locations of where we've been. We also hide public addresses, and we try to respect each place we go. As the owner of the Paranormal and Ghost Society, people have no right to question the things I do. I am the leader. If I choose to block something else, alter my photographs, remove a photograph, or call a location by a name I choose, so that way nobody gets hurt at the given location, or that it doesn't become a desecrated Native American site, I have every right to do this. I am the owner, and if people do not like it and they think I am a fake, well, kudos to you, because I am who I am. And some people, they think that they're going to taint me by threatening me with the kids and threatening me because I got one bit of historical information wrong on my site. I am a human being. I make typos. I make errors in history. You know, and if I write up a history and it's a little bit wrong, fine. That's what our members are there for, to help guide us so that we can go in and edit it down the road. Nothing is set in stone, and when people are trying to dig up dirt on me, hoping it's going to ruin my reputation or my name. Sorry, but I got news for people who hate me. Your hate is going to make me a king. Your negativity does not bother me. It actually makes me laugh, and I find it entertaining. I think that a lot of people out there are misrepresenting our organization. And a lot of them go by hearsay, and they really don't get to know who we are. I'm not here to make anybody like me. I'm here for one thing, and that's to bring you paranormal stories, be your friend, help you out, and help you learn. If you take the advice, you take it. If you don't, you don't. But PGS has never porned anyone's guest books, threatened anybody, stalked, harassed, joined other groups in hope of infiltrating it. It's very childish. And that does not make you a paranormal investigator nor an explorer. It makes you a coward who uses the internet to get your way. And when you look at all we've done, 11,000 members, media appearances, look at all the new places we keep going. Look at some of them. We've been to the Aquarama, the McFadden's Castle, Utica Asylum. We just got done doing these Western New York catacombs, and we explored them fully and brought back tons and tons and tons of pictures. And look at what else I've done. I've just came back from Warren, Pennsylvania, hiking up in the mountains in the cold. And then you look at what we've done: Central Terminal Station, Beulah Plantation, Kingsley Plantation, Fort Niagara. I mean, the amount of places we have done, I mean, is well over 600. That, to me, is amazing. I mean, people who are calling me fakes and fraudulent are people with no websites, no photos. Some of them have only logged 20, 30 places. I just did, in the last 2 months, 35 to 40 places. That deserves a pat on the back and recognition. That does not deserve hatred. And those that are filled with hatred, let me explain to you, what goes around comes around. And one day, when you are very serious about doing this, you're not going to have the help. And let me tell you something. About 300 of the places I've been to, I've done by myself. And again, that deserves recognition. As of now, we're about to reach our 700th investigation. These are historical milestones for our organization. There's not many groups out there who've done that. You know, and when people sit there and they go by what everybody else says, it tells me right there, you're ignorant. Find out who we are, get involved. Some of the people that are doing this are people that were offered to come along on our adventures. They were invited to our parties, they were welcomed into our group, and they never participated. But now that I have moved or relocated to Florida, they think it's okay to go around vandalizing these places, bad-mouthing my name, and it's just not right. And I don't have to do anything in life to prove anything to anybody, because I pay for the site, I buy the equipment, I do the driving, I maintain my own truck, I put gas in my car, and I do all of this and run 9 paranormal forums, answer hundreds of emails a day, and we got a group of people here who think it's okay to demean me when they don't even look at everything right in front of them that's being done. So here's the kicker. Now, recently it was brought up to me by a member that it was announced on UER.ca, which is hosted up in Canada. If members want the host to report them for abuse, that's fine, because any sites that show violence or some sort of hatred towards a person or another business are illegal and can be shut down. Currently, UER.ca has plans. Now here's the whole plan in the whole game. Send porn to Lord Rick's guest book. Email Lord Rick and call him a fraud. Stalk Lord Rick on MySpace. Infiltrate his forums. Harass his members. Harass his investigators. Spam him. Join his forum and flame him. Now, I've had a lot of reports of that group stating they want to infiltrate the paranormal and ghost society. So what we are dealing with, members and fans, is a group that's not an exploration group, but rather a hate group. This group has posted my son's photo. My son is ill, and they have made a mockery out of him. It's actually very sad, and I have asked the owner to take it down, but they refuse to take it down. That group has been harassing me for many months now, and I have talked to law enforcement, and law enforcement will have them shut down if it does not stop. But let this be a warning for those members who hide on my group and think that it's okay to do this. You're going to find yourself in a lot of trouble. This is not big words. This is not scare tactics. This here comes down to being an adult and knowing the right thing to say and the wrong thing to do. You know, I'm not mad. I'm very proud of our progression, and I'm very proud of how far we've came, and I'm very happy for the members that support us, the fans, the TV producers, the authors. I know people worldwide, you know, and right now I can tell you we're going to go somewhere. This is a great group, and you know, I don't brag about who I am, but I'm the type of owner who gives prizes at my parties. For the member of the year, they're going to get a free t-shirt or hat or something. When it comes down to my parties, you're going to get steak, shrimp, and ribs and good food, because I am not selfish. I do everything to make my members happy. Strangers I don't even know. And I am not afraid to show my face. And as far as the guy making death threats to me, bring it on. Go ahead, bring it on. And I'm going to show you why they call me the founder and Lord Rick of the Paranormal and Ghost Society. Because I am not scared of anybody. I have lost my friend to a death. I have also been through a lot of stuff. Court trials last year, you know, moving, coming close to dying, and a lot of other obstacles in my life. And then we're going to get some kid who's going to threaten me. Why? Because he does not like my website. He does not like my group. If you don't like my website, you don't like my groups, and you don't like me, why are you stealing my photos and putting them up on your sites? Why are you taking my personal photos? I must be a pretty handsome guy. Because, people like that are obsessed with me. It's not hatred. People that hate us go beyond it with obsession. If you are that obsessed with me to keep browsing a site that you don't like, posting my personal photos on your site, something is mentally wrong with you. Now, I might be crazy, but I'm definitely sane. And I know I got more things and better things to do than sit here and harass other groups and other people. What's worse is that anybody who condones people taking my son's photos, putting them up on their website, making violent or hateful remarks towards me or this organization publicly are not in the right. And what I suggest, now I never ask a lot from my fans or my members, but I suggest that everybody pulls together and puts a stop to these people. And it's very easy to put a stop to these people. Turn them into their host. You see something that does not look right, such as my photo put up on a site without my permission, report them to their internet service provider. Also, if you see that they are putting my kids' photos up, pornography, turn them in. Turn them into MySpace. Turn them into their host. ISPs. But I'm going to ask each of my members to help me put an end to what's going on. I don't care if people like me or dislike me. And, I can let a lot of things fly. But the one thing I will not let go is when people start to threaten me, post my son's photos up and make fun of them, put my personal photos on their site of me without my permission, which again, it becomes criminal, but people don't want to hear it out, and I keep warning and warning and warning. As a last resort, people are going to leave me no choice but to have to take action. But I'm going to tell you something right now. When this is all said and done, the Paranormal Ghost Society is going to be around for many years to come. I have no plans on quitting. I have no plans on giving up. I have no plans on other hate groups even offending me, because it does not offend me. It just means that you're the person that needs to grow up. Because while I'm busy out there looking for Sasquatch, ghosts, exploring abandoned places, you're busy investigating me. So that explains why PGS has so much content for our site, and other sites might have, 20 pictures? Or is it one picture per person? But honestly, for the guy that said, I think I'm so big online, well, now you get to hear my voice. So how's that for being big? As far as I'm concerned, my members who donate are my only obligation. My members who are loyal and have faith in me are my only obligation. UER.ca is not my obligation. I do not have to answer to anybody on that site. I do not have to tell you where the caves are that I went to. Even if I did go to Akron Caves, it may have been simply to just mess with you, because since I got a tip that Furry, the owner of UER.ca, and along with 3 other guys, were hiding with knives inside Akron Caves, hoping to stab me and my team. That to me sounds like premeditated premeditated murder or attempted murder. Any way you look at it, it does not matter where the caves are, because at first people had said, I did not do the caves, I'm stupid, I don't know where these caves are. Well, I got news for you. I know a lot of caves across the country, and I know a lot of caves in New York. All of them have been inhabited by the Iroquois Indians at one time or another. But I also got news for you. If you think I'm going to reveal the location of some of the caves that I've been to, it's not going to happen. So you can threaten me all you want, because this is just another ploy or jealousy because you didn't go, or you just do not know where they are. And it's that plain and simple. I do this for the personal glory. I am not a politician. So if you think, talking about how a long time ago I wanted to die because my life was so hard up and posting that in my guest book, go right ahead. I don't have nothing to hide from the public. Because, see, people don't judge me whether my hair is green, blue, whether I have 16 tattoos, or whether I like to smoke out of a pipe. People judge me on the good work I do. That's what people judge me. That's what authors want to see. That's what producers want to see. They don't care about how I look. So all these people go on about how I dress on investigations, how I look, my hair color, doesn't mean nothing. Because it doesn't make me a fake, because I'm my own person. I am the owner of this organization. I have been involved with the paranormal many years. I am good at what I do. I am very good with cryptids. I am very good with ghosts. I'm also a psychic. I also can read people's auras. And I'm always learning something every time I go out. That's what makes us so good. We're experienced because we go out every single weekend for 5 years now. And that's not to mention all the little things I've done that aren't on the website. Daytime visits, talking to researchers, authors, historical society, TV producers, driving to places and checking them out. I mean, it truly is amazing. And what you see is the sight, but what you don't see is all the hardships we face. The busted knee, the sprained ankles, the slipped disc, catching colds, dealing with people hiding in these places. We deal with a lot, and that deserves respect. And if you respect me, I'll gladly work with other groups, and I'll gladly respect them. But what's being done to me is not because people dislike the site. It's something personal. All because I've defended myself against a few people who insulted my son, who is 8 years old, insulted my integrity, accused me of actually being a money fraud, all because, what? I joined a few forums and simply asked for a donation so that way my guys could have equipment to use. That way I could fund enough, airline ticket money so I could come up to New York, do a bunch of places, show off a bunch of places, go to some new places, have a nice conversation at a restaurant, and just exchange knowledge and information. And because I have asked for help, it's one thing to be denied of it, but to be physically threatened, to be spammed and sent porn because you're trying to put an expedition together is disgusting. And it almost makes me sick. And I'm the crazy guy. But I'll tell you right now, I know what it's starting to boil down to is jealousy and envy. When somebody sits there, when 50 people email you in 1 week and say you're a fake, you're a fraud, or they just by chance start joining your board and the first day they flame me, it's directed at me, that's envy and jealousy. Because if you spend a lot less time harassing me and a little more time working with ghosts, demonology, cryptozoology, UFOlogy, and urban exploring, you would actually get some work done. But since you want to investigate me, of course we're going to be the top group out there. Because we have goals, we have directives, and we focus on bigger and better things. This message is not meant to hurt people's feelings. It's not meant to be rude. However, I think certain things need to be said. I have nothing to prove. My work shows on my site. I've been to places. I got some apparition photos with the eye sockets showing, the teeth in the ectoplasm, the smiles, the eyes, fingers, arms, legs. None of that stuff can be faked, and you cannot call it fake if you have not been out on an investigation with us to know what it entails and what really goes on. As a matter of fact, when you're a Ghostbuster, it's all about what you see, smell, hear, and what you touch. And we've been on investigations where we don't get no ghost photos, but we see the ghost. We see something strange, and we put it up on our site. We can't clarify if the noises in the woods are ghostly, or Bigfoot, or human, but we do include it in our reports. I know after this message gets sent, people are going to laugh at me, because that's the way other organizations work. Other organizations don't respect others who work hard at this. They're jealous, and you know why they're jealous? I can tell you why instantly, as a psychic and as a person with common sense. There's a lot of other groups out there who charge membership fees. There's a lot of other groups who are very unfriendly. They don't stand by their rules. So of course people are going to hate me because I am one to stand by my disclaimer. I am one to stand by the rules. If I see one person breaking them, they're banned. And it seems like people just want to do what they want to do, and life doesn't work that way. There are rules. And just because a man by the name of Fluffy, actually a boy by the name of Fluffy, who runs UER.ca, lets his members make threats and defamate people's character and post kids' pictures on his site, does not mean that I will. Does not mean I'm a bad guy. It just means that I live and let live. I respect people, and I think people should respect me back. And anybody who does not is obviously got personal low self-esteem issues, or they're insecure. Now, to give you a little bit of information, let me explain to you who Fluffy is. Fluffy is the owner of UER.ca. Fluffy is the one who hid in a cave hoping to jump me and my team. Fluffy's face is blurred out on his site. Fluffy's bio is one sentence long. Fluffy let this incident go too far on his site, and because of it, I am being harassed, stalked, threatened, because he could not be a man enough and delete what was inappropriate. Fluffy's parties are not photos of parties at all. They are pictures of cartoons from his events. Cartoons. Nobody with a beer in their hand. Nobody smoking. Nobody having a good time. Because there is no people. It's a giant blurry face along with a few cartoons. Fluffy, who goes by the name Avatar, which Avatar means somebody who follows virtue. Well, this Avatar is not very noble if he has to hide in a cave with a knife. This Avatar is not very noble if he will not remove my son's photo. This Avatar likes to go and bomb my guest book, but he cannot show his email address or his face to me. Now, if you want to be my enemy, I think I have a right to see my enemy's face. And if you're too chicken to show it, then it means you don't hate me. It means you're going by what everybody else says, which makes you a coward. Fluffy may give you out many abandoned places to explore. But ask yourself, what has he done for you? Now, I hold parties every few months, and I offer you beer, food, coming out on our adventures, hanging out publicly at our meetups. I also offer help. Anytime you write me, I'll help you, because that's the type of owner I am. Now, meanwhile, while I'm busy exploring, Fluffy takes about $15 per member. Fluffy gets about 100 donations a month at $15 a piece. Fluffy makes $1,500 a month. Now, here is the question I got for people who support UER.ca. If they are making $1,500 a month and they pay $150 for their server to keep the site up running, where is the other $1,350 going? So if I'm the fraud who gets maybe 1 to 3 donations a month, then I guess the owner of UER is awesome. Because his server is about $150 a month. He's only gone to, 15 places in 5 years. He has no equipment. He does not run a store online. His face is blurred out. And all the places he keeps going are the same places. So before you call me a fraud and think that the Paranormal and Ghost Society is rich and all this other stuff, you better think twice, because we're the real explorers and we're the real deal. And I will gladly pay out of my wallet to travel across the country just to see a place and say, hey, I've been there. And I'll gladly pay out to climb a mountain. But there is no sin in my organization collecting donations towards our travel fees, towards our equipment, towards our website, etc., etc. However, if I'm going to collect them, I have to make sure that the members know where the funding goes. With that in mind, you can clearly see where all the funding goes in the group. Our website has always been up and running. There is no downtime. You have also seen thousands of photos You know how much it costs to develop film and to buy it and to keep replenishing cameras? It's expensive. So the difference is sure, Lord Rick gets a few donations here and there, but it shows through our website. Does UER show you what they get out of the donations? They do not. I guess the whole point to this is that think before you call me a fraud. Now, if that's your opinion of me, that's fine. But don't dare join my forum just to dig dirt up on me, because chances are, A, you're going to be banned, B, it's going to be removed, and C, I don't care, because I am not the one who's hiding my picture on my site. I have public events. I go to conventions. I meet authors, editors, TV producers. I don't hide, because I am not ashamed of my organization. I am not ashamed of my friends. And I am certainly going to continue doing what I do best, which is running this organization, investigating with my buddies, and helping other people. Anybody who condones what UER did can leave my group, because I know all of you are hiding on it. So now you get to hear me tell you, with a very nice warning, leave my group. Because if you do not support us, and you're not man or a woman enough to be loyal towards us, don't be here. Don't look at the site. But making hate pages about me, that's not competition. That's called hatred. And it's only going to end up going to lawsuits, wasting your money, my money, and both our time. Is it really worthwhile? I will gladly work with other groups, and I respect other groups. And I'm very proud of the other people in this field who succeed, because I am not full of hatred. I like to see others succeed. I am not in competition, although I know we're one of the best groups out there. Next off, people who think they're going to call the cops on me because they see a pipe in my hand. Sorry, but I got news for you. Game over. Because before I did the paranormal, I studied law. And I know all the little loopholes and all the little laws. And I'm going to tell you right now, A, you don't know what's in the pipe. B, you don't have proof. Just because you see a photo does not mean we do drugs. You know, we're just as much paranormal investigators as we are entertainers. And our job is to make people laugh and to entertain them. There are many substances you can smoke that are legal. I will gladly give anybody who wants a site to prove this. So technically, you can show your pictures of me smoking to the cops, and you can show them to my members and say, hey, this guy does drugs. But I'm going to tell you something. PGS does not condone nor support drugs. And as far as smoking out of a pipe, well, that doesn't mean it's crack. Because for all you know, it could be a Buddhism. It could be some sort of herb, tobacco, flavored blueberry herbs. The Buddhist monks, you know, they smoke various herbs, and all of them can be ordered online, and they can be smoked. You don't just have to toke up on marijuana. Toking up can be on many different substances, many legal substances for that matter, and many of them are legal in this country. So when people sit there and say, I don't want to donate to a drug dealer, Well, I got news for you. A, I don't see your donation because it always goes towards the site or towards my investigators' equipment or a trip out of town. And B, I am a pretty healthy guy and I choose to remain that way, so that way I can climb mountains like I did 2 months ago. Because if I smoked and I did drugs, I certainly would not be able to live in this nice house, be able to drive all over the state with gas prices the way they are, feed 3 sons, take a trip to Pennsylvania, and, quote, climb a mountain so steep that if one wrong move and you're dead. I got news for people that like to accuse. If you go by what everybody else says, then you're hurting yourself, not me. As far as fans and members, they're fans and members because they respect my privacy. I might be the owner, but I have a right to my privacy. If I wish to hold a pipe and smoke whatever I want, that is my given right, being a citizen of the American United States. If I choose to post a personal ad looking to find a new girlfriend, that's my business. People that stalk, people that think they're going to dig up dirt, must think that this is the presidential election, because it doesn't prove a thing. It proves you're a moron who's researching me rather than putting 2 heads together and researching an abandoned asylum or a haunted cemetery. I am a man of peace, not war. However, if you attack me in a public place and my son is with me, or my friends are with me, and you decide to take this beyond just a forum or the internet, I will subdue you, and it's not going to be a pretty sight. Because as the owner of this organization, I have an obligation to protect those on my investigation, my own family, and of course my given self. In the state of Florida, if you were to attack me, and I got all these threats saved, and let's say, for example, I'm at my meetup, and you come up to me at a meetup, and I actually physically shoot you and you die. Okay, does that make me violent? No. In the state of Florida, Jeb Bush passed a law. If you are out in public and you feel your life is being threatened, which right now I feel my life is being threatened, and you shoot somebody that comes at you in a threatening manner and they die, it's not considered murder or manslaughter. So I'm going to let this be a warning for the person who thinks that they're going to attack me at my meetup. You were warned. I don't want to see anybody get hurt, but it's my job to protect those that come to my meetup. It's also my job to protect myself. Because if I get hurt, there is no paranormal investigations. There is no more websites. There is no more groups with daily sends. There's no one to help these people that have questions. People that need my help. People write me every day. People who are dying. People who are dying with cancer. People who have lost children. My job is to answer their questions and help guide them so that these people don't commit suicide. My position in this organization is very important. However, these people making threats, it's not going to happen. because I'm 6'2", and I'm inked in places you just have no idea about. And I'll tell you right now, you want to bring it on, because I got a surprise waiting for you. I am always a person who is prepared, and I never bother a soul online. All I do is volunteer 40 hours a week helping strangers I do not know. And yet what I get out of it is stalking, harassment, belittled, threatened with my kids, blah, blah, blah. I've heard it all. There's nothing you can do or say to make me quit or to scare me. I don't care if the entire world were to have hatred towards me. I do this because I enjoy it. I'm not going to quit because Tom, Dick, and Harry don't like my site. I'm not going to quit because Tom, Dick, and Harry don't want to address me as Lord Ray. I'm not going to quit because you see a pipe in my hand, or a water pipe, which is legal to buy in the state of Florida. It's also legal to carry on you as long as you have a legal substance in a container which is considered personal use. So my suggestion is if you're trying to cause this organization problems, give it up. It's not going to work because law enforcement's already involved, and everything, all your little threats and everything's going to keep going to them and keep going to them. And so anything you do to me, chances are it's a last attempt of desperation because you don't got nothing better to do. And you don't have nothing better on me. So you think by coming to my group that you're going to destroy it? Or you're going to ruin my name? Ooh, I'm scared. Sorry, not going to happen. My work shows, and that's all the producers, authors, and fans care about. What I choose to do with the work, my business. I don't have to tell anybody where this is located, if I smudged out some offensive spray paint, or what location it's taken at. Even if you think they're the Akron Caves, maybe they're pictures I had somebody take, and I put them up. But that's my business. I still went to some caves, but that doesn't mean a thing. Because I don't have to answer to some 15-year-old. Now, it's obvious that some people are stealing photos from the caverns, and they're altering them, they're brightening them, they're taking my copywritten watermark, and they're cutting it out, and they're putting it on photos. They're doing it because now that I've done this place, now they're trying to say that I'm a fake, in hopes of revealing the real location of them. Not gonna happen. And it's not anybody's business. So now that I'm past all that, what I need from my fans and members is you to come forth, and when these people on MySpace flame me, I need you to tell them the way it is. Because you're a member here, and this is just as much your group as it is mine. I also need others to keep up the good work. Keep supporting us. Feel free to come out on an adventure with us. Come to our meetups. Come to our parties. Buy a t-shirt. Give a donation so I can put it towards DARE. Or actually, so, get involved. But don't let anybody insult the integrity. Mine, yours, this group. Okay? My suggestion is, to my fans and my members, keep doing what you're doing. One lady wrote me, and she tossed a bunch of people for illegal activity online. So keep doing what you're doing. I want our fans and members to show these people that we are a close, paranormal organization and family oriented. I also want my fans and my members to think about this. If a website stalked you, took your kids' photos and posted them, laughed at your kid, threatened to jump you, threatened to hide in a place with knives, and all this other stuff, how would you feel? So, members and fans, it's time that we show them the type of group that we are. But see, we won't play dirty. We're going to do things the legal way. Okay? I ask from each member you to turn UER.ca into their host. There is an abuse email address. I shall give that to you. Report them. UER.ca is based in Toronto, Canada. Call the Toronto police and let them know the violence, the hate, and how they are publicizing my kids' photos on their sites. With about 20 to about 50 reports, they will be shut down permanently. Their IPs, or internet service providers, will be made aware of it. They will lose their internet access. They will lose their site. They will lose their PayPal. They will lose everything. But we will do things the legal way. See, my site is legal because we don't post public addresses or information. We also don't promote hate or put up anybody's children. We don't have no hatred. We don't have violence. Everything we put on our site is ghosts, Bigfoot, history, historical information, and it's all legal. And that's the whole thing between us and them. So I'm going to ask each of you members to join UER.ca and let Furry, the owner, know that you're not going to condone my son's photo on their site, them bashing the great group that we are, and let them know how you feel. Because I would do it for you in a heartbeat. Out of all due sincerity, from one man to another, I am asking each member to lend me a hand. I am not asking for your money. I am not asking for you to give your life on an investigation. What I am asking you is to help me put an end to these people who flame our board on MySpace, on Yahoo groups. I don't care if you want to post a kind comment to me, or if you want to join their forum and stick it to them. Their forum right now has over 300 messages bashing me. That's not dislike towards a site. That's called hatred. That's called violence. That's called immature behavior. Fluffy steals IP addresses. Fluffy, who runs the site, uses them. Fluffy and his members laugh at me, but their pictures are of cartoon characters, blurred out faces, and their greatest investigation they've ever done was a brick factory. Ooh, a brick factory. I just did a steel plant up in Alabama where a man got killed by a demonic entity. I don't know about these guys, but you know, I do honestly think that it's great when other paranormal groups and urban exploring groups work together. But what I don't find great is when you got a group out there who is so jealous They'll do anything that try to ruin another group. So please contact me privately. I will give you all the information. I will give you UER.ca's host. I will let you in on some of the hate sites that are out there. And you will see that people have taken my pictures and put sexual things in them. These are people that are going to have their sites shut down. These are people that need to be turned in. I can turn them in, but if 10,000 of my members turn them in, they can't do this anymore. And why I want you to do this for me is because the same thing could happen to you. You could join their forum, give a theory, a public opinion. They could steal your IP address, spam you, flame you, steal your sites, steal your pictures. They could do this to you. They're not just doing it to me. It's happened to others who've come forth and written me and said, hey, I don't think it's right. And it goes beyond just looking at my work and deciding what's real, what's not real. They're taking my pictures, they're dissecting them, they're taking my son's photos, laughing at them. These acts are not manly, they are cowardly. See, a real man that runs an organization sticks to his rules, sticks to his guns, and continues his work. He doesn't waste time threatening a father with 3 kids. He doesn't waste time sending pornography to a business guest book. He doesn't join a forum for the only discretion to harass the owner to make him look bad in front of his members. So what? When I first started the organization, I had spelling errors on the site. So what? I messed up on a little history. It's part of being a researcher and Ghostbuster. A lot of facts you get are theories, not facts. A lot of information you get comes from other members. We don't know if it's true. We put it up there, and if you decide to believe it, you believe it. If it's not right, thank you for telling me. I'll gladly correct it. But my ghost pictures are real. And I got a few photos out of those 50,000 that cannot be faked. It's just, people are so skeptical or so scared of our methods or our proof, they'll do anything or find any reason to prove why it's not real. This is fair. This is not skepticism. But I don't care about that. What I care about is my friends that I've made, my members, helping people who need me, allying with other websites out there, and, to go into some catacombs and to come out alive, not lost, to be able to see a ghost, to climb a mountain, to do a plantation. All these things are glorious, and nobody can take that away from me. And we seem to have other groups who think by bashing me and trying to ruin my name, it's going to take away the glory that me and my team have shared together. It's not. But what people are doing is they're insulting me, they are insulting my members, they are insulting the organization, they are insulting my kids, they are insulting my friends. And that's what it comes down to. But every time you bash me, or you make a false statement saying I was born from my mom, or my sister and my father, or my photos are fake, or that I'm into drugs, these are not facts. These are false accusations, and you have no proof to back any of it up. And you can't say anything like that because you haven't met me, You've only gone by what other hate sites have said. So with that in mind, I would like to tell those people who hate us and who keep doing this, grow up. Because life is short. And my friend who died was 19 years old. 19 years old. And what the hell gives people a right to try to ruin us? When that man, that young man, died for what we believe in. Exploration. And we got a bunch of people out there who think they're going to ruin his name too. We have gone through hell and back to maintain this organization, paying for a site out of our pockets to keep up for you people, risking our lives week after week, spending money on that I don't even have, shorting my son's birthday because I want my members to be happy. You know, it's wrong what other people are doing, and sooner or later, it's going to catch up. And that's all I'm going to say. It's going to catch up. I don't have much else to say, but I'm happy with who I am, even if my hair is green. I'm proud of my sons. My oldest is almost a teenager. I am not an old man. People, for some reason, think I'm in my 50s. I'm 31 years old. I am not ashamed of who I am. People keep taking snippets from my website and posting it on hate sites, and it's like, why? It's already right there. That's because I'm real and not ashamed to share a part of myself with my friends and my members. So you're not shaming me. You're shaming a guy who's already real. It's already on the website, so what are you proving? So, in theory, what I'm basically trying to say in simple terms is that we're going to continue our updates. I'm going to continue holding plates in my hand. I'm going to continue to make my hair all different colors. I'm going to continue to help people. If you don't like the site, too bad, because I'm going to continue it, not for 1 year, not for 2 years, probably for the next 20 years. People's hatred makes me stronger. Because you see, back then, so many people showed hatred. They said, Rick, you can't do this asylum. Rick, you're not going to be able to withstand this, and that. We've gone past that. And for every ounce of hatred or dislike you show me is my success. It's my motivation. Because I'll accept the challenge. So it doesn't bother me the least. However, groups like UER.ca are definitely, as much as I hate to say it, are illegal. Because when you start posting public locations and they get burned down and vandalized, chances are somebody on that board had a hand in it. And they can say, well, we're not like that. That's to cover their own asses. And that's what it comes down to. But many years ago, about 4 years ago, I had gotten an email from that group by a group of 4 guys who told me they went to one of my places and spray painted and vandalized. So, are they a nice forum? No, they're not. And so for anybody to sit here and badmouth me and badmouth the organization, we've never vandalized a place. We have no arrests. We have a very good reputation in the community. Our methods are different. So what? We still got a good reputation. You know, and that's why editors are still interested in us, and will continue to be interested in us, because we have something to contribute towards the public. Not arrest, not vandalism. Go on UER UER.ca. Go on there, and you will see that that's not a website. That is a forum that steals photos of abandoned places, and they are put up from the members. It's not their own work. You get 700 members. Each member posts a few things from the places they've been. So technically, it's not UER's work. That's fact. Second fact, they are a forum. The Paranormal and Ghost Society is more than just a forum. We are a forum, a website, a paranormal equipment store. Well, we sell it, and we go through a wholesaler, and we buy it and we distribute it. We also have t-shirts and logo wear. We also offer teaching, ghost tours, and many other services on and off the site. I remember back a few months ago, I did something really nice to show my appreciation for my members. I spent $600 on fireworks. I bought chicken, wine, beer, and all kinds of foods, and I invited every single member on my forum to come on out and party with us. Has UER ever bought you shrimp? Have they ever gave you a 4th of July party? Do they really care? No, they don't. Because if they cared, my son's photo would not be on that site. And I think my members, by listening to this, will understand where I am coming from. I love my fans. I love my members. So let me take the time to thank everybody, to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and some happy holidays. Our next trip that we will be taking will be going out to New Jersey. We are going to be doing caves. Like I said, the Western New York ones have not been the only caves I'll be going to or have been to. We'll be looking for the Jersey Devil. We will be camping out in the woods. We will also be visiting historical sites, cemeteries, a haunted house, inside and outside. We'll be visiting a lot of different sites, but we are going to spend 2 days. We got already a few guys who signed up in the woods, camping, hiking, and looking for any type of evidence that this creature exists. And who knows, we might come out with a photo of it. We may come out with photos of Indian ghosts. I don't know. But we're going to have fun, and that's what it's about. Having fun, meeting people, getting together, do a little partying, and you don't have to worry. I don't care what the public thinks. I don't care if the public doesn't approve of this or that. Because, see, I'm doing this for my friends and my members and me. I'm not doing this because I'm going to become a millionaire. So I think a lot of people need to get off their high horse, because if you ain't got a website, and if it's a website bashing me, and you don't got no photos, and your face is blurred out, and you're hiding behind a false proxy, and you ain't got no email address, and nobody knows you from Adam, then already right there, that says enough. It says right there, I'm being harassed by a person without a name or a face. And when you can compare your work with mine, when you can show me that you're actually a harder worker than I am, and you can show me your great site and your 11,000 members, and show me about 700 places you've been to, then I'll step down. But see, that's not going to happen, because that's what it came down to. We got a lot of jealous members, a lot of hateful members, and we got a lot of good members. The jealous and the hateful ones on the group come from UER.ca. But aside from those 100 members that come from there, we have about 11,000 members who have come directly from our website and all over the country and world just to support us. So with that, I would like to say this is something that some of you need to think about. Because what I look for is trust and loyalty. And your friendship means more than a donation. If me asking for $20 to help me out on an expedition makes me bad, then I guess I'm bad. Here, devil, come poke me with your pitchfork. Because, you know, what people have made me out to be is nothing, and I'm not nothing. I'm a father, a paranormal investigator, you know, an adventurer, and a lot of other things. And, you know, it's just sad the way other groups are acting, when technically, if other groups would work with us, we could sponsor you, and we could increase your hits on your site. A favor for a favor. But a lot of people out there want to be selfish. And when they don't get their way, they whine, bitch, and moan. Sorry, but at this point, anybody who does it either is going to get banned or I'm going to ignore it. We have a job and a business to do. And nobody's going to stand in the way. These threats of saying, I know you're in a cult, which is the biggest laugh ever, because I am so far away from theology. I don't believe in God. I'm not a godly person. If I went into a church, the holy water would probably boil. So these people talking about cults and how they own me and how they're going to get me and all this stuff, grow up. The people that you want to get are the people who are ripping you off. What has the Paranormal and Ghost Society done to anybody? Have they ever ripped anybody off? Have you ordered a product and not received it from us? We got a good, honest reputation. We're a great group. We have a lot to offer. And the only thing I can tell you is do what's right. When I say do what's right, I mean form your own opinion. Why join a forum who sits there and makes fun of my son? Or who draws sexual things on my photo? Or who sits there and on that forum there's been over 50 guys arrested. I mean, including some of the moderators. Think about it. Do you want to be on a forum like that? Because on our forum, it's very family orientated. We welcome our members. We don't jump down someone's throat when they post their opinions or when they want to send out a ghost story or a report or an article. We let you be you. And I expect people to let me be me. However, some of those people, they're underage. They got a lot of growing up to do that are on that forum. But then there's people my age on that forum who are giving me BS when it's obvious. Why are you giving it to me? You should be giving it to the group that's making fun of my son on their site. You'll never see in the history of this organization us stoop so low. And the reason why I'm sending this message is because some of UER members are right now hiding on the group like chickens, and those that are need to do what's right. I've had a few people write me that have been on there for about 3-4 years. They wrote me privately and they said, you know, Rick, I'm leaving their group and I'm going to come to yours. Because they don't have to, they may not get the abandoned places anymore, but they don't have to worry about lawsuits. They don't have to worry about flame wars. You know, they can just sit back, relax, enjoy what our site's about, enjoy the articles, make new friends. They don't have to worry about what to say or if they're going to piss somebody off and have that happen to them. But this is about being a man or a lady and doing what's right. I had some girl from there write me and say something really nasty to me, and I thought, well, why? They're making fun of my son. Did you tell them off? Did you give them a hard time? Probably not. So it all comes down to morale, and we're the better group. And, when people try to send me hate sites and they laugh, sorry, but I'm not going to browse it. So give it up. I'll just delete your email and that's it. You're wasting your time because I haven't looked at any hate messages. I just delete them right away because it's hearsay. I was there on the investigation. I know what I seen. I know what I photographed. My guys, same thing. If you are not on the team, you're not going to get all the privileges like where the locations are or what we encountered. Being on the team is a special privilege. And, it's a lot different than sitting on a computer. And, with that in mind, like I said, people got to talk real big, but how do they really know what goes on? How do they know where our team's been? If our team's just, keeping a lowdown on things to protect the place? Nobody knows. It's, people that do hearsay are just plain ignorant. So it's your choice. But you as members can help me. And if you really want to help me, what I need first off is someone who can do website encryption, someone who can do HTTP access, someone who can make the site so that way it can actually be, what's the word I'm looking for? Actually, the word I'm looking for is that we're going to encrypt the site so that UER is not allowed on it anymore. And we're also going to encrypt the site in a way that they'll stop their bandwidth theft, because that's what UER is, a bandwidth theft service. And what they do is they hot link people's copywritten photos, and the owner says, well, it's acceptable. It's acceptable because it's the Fair Decency Law Act. Well, it's not fair and decent to steal bandwidth theft. And in many hosts, it is illegal and you cannot do it. So again, contact me. I will give you all the information. I will give you where to report them for the Toronto Police Department. You can report them on MySpace. You can report them to BraveNet, which is my guest book service. And, you can contact me for all the information. Basically, what I need is somebody here who's going to at least do what's right, if that makes sense. Because it's not right that they're posting my son's photo up there. It's not right what they're doing to the group. It's not right what they're doing. So if you can step it up and be a good member, please contact me privately. And let's put an end to this charade. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I got another adventure Friday to 2 very heavily forested areas. We might encounter the skunk ape. Both places got Indian mounds. Both places got a lot of history that we're going through. So we're looking forward to doing about a 5 to 10 mile hike. We're going to get a story and we're going to come back with it. And we're not going to let these guys ruin what we have made. It's that simple. They think they're hurting my feelings. and they're not. But I'm going to tell you right now, we got plans for many years to come. The organization will be relocating. I will not say where. It's supposed to be a little bit of a New Year's surprise. In February, I'm going out to New Jersey. We're going to be doing some places. We got a lot of projects going on, and we got producers interested in us. We got editors interested in us, and they tell me the same thing. Let UER hate me. Let other groups hate me, because that's what is going to give me my ratings. So those that hate me, I want to thank you, because see, what you have done is instead of turning it towards me quitting, I've turned it into a positive. See, because now I can do double the work and just prove all of you wrong, that I'm still the real deal, that I'm still going to keep going out on adventures. So keep doing, drawing and altering my photos and stealing my son's photos. Keep doing it. And when you get subpoenaed for court, you're going to apologize to me then in front of my attorney and the judge. There is nothing nobody has on me that is going to hurt my reputation. It's all on my space. It's all on my website. And I'm not ashamed of it, because I come from a very long history of paranormal. The work I do, I'm not going to let everybody in on what my secret is. Every Ghostbuster has his own secret of how he communicates with the dead. If you don't believe me, you don't believe me. People didn't believe Jesus. They nailed Jesus to the cross. They put him on a cross. They threw fruit. They laughed at him. They called him names. And why? Because he was different than others. And that's what I have taken it as. These hate groups are just trying to nail me to the cross because it's Christmas time. They think it's funny. They think that they're going to get me to step down or quit or go back on my promises. I'm not going to go back on my promise to my deceased friend. I'm not going to go back on my promises to my friends. I'm not going to go back on my promises to my members. I don't care what name you call me, what threat you do, what website you post info on me, because Howard Stern has hate sites. So does Jerry Springer. And you know what? They're both successful. And Willie Nelson, he's the biggest pothead in the country. And look at Willie Nelson. He's a good artist. He's got a lot of money. He's loved by his fans. And that's all that matters. I love what I do. I'm not going to stop what I do. Save your guest book threats for somebody who cares. But give it up. Because you're not winning this war. Because in reality, every time I get a hate message or something, it's like, oh, it came from UER. Big deal. Of course it came from UER. UER cannot stand the fact that I posted their public threatening emails on my website and replied to everyone in an honorable fashion. And now some of them want me to take it down. Well, is my son's photo down? No. Are all these disturbing photos that have been altered taken down? No. What about the violent posts? Are they taken down? No. I have every right to let the public know how UER has frauded this organization, how it falsely accuses me of doing things that I don't do, and I have every right. And if you go to our catacombs, which is in Portal 14, Gateway 2, Portal 14, look at the adversity page. You can see some of those messages are very have gone way too far. And if me being honest and the better person pisses them off, too bad. Game over. I won. I went to the catacombs. I went to New York. I brought back photos. I made new friends. I got donations. And it had nothing to do with UER.ca. The only thing UER.ca did, which is based in Canada, like I said, they have only wasted their time stalking us in the guest book, in the forums, and writing harassing emails, and it's just so senseless. It's like, why? I'm still going to go to the caves. I'm still going to go to New Jersey. I'm still going to keep my site up, and it may not be a fancy site, because I want it to be simple for older people and children to browse, because it's easier to click a button than it is to deal with Flash and Java loading and all kinds of other special effects. That's how I made it. That's how it stands. Because the only thing that really matters to these places is the history, number one, and the evidence that we bring forth to the public. I have nothing else to say, but show some respect toward your leaders. I put expeditions together. I bring home the guys safely. We're always bringing you new places. We've helped many clients. We provide many services. We're a great group. And we got a lot of content. Over 50,000 photos on our site. Hundreds of web pages. Lots of information. Some of it could use updating. I just don't got time. I have 3 sons. A household to take care of. A truck to fix. A house to clean. Dinner to cook for my boys, a girlfriend to go out there and seek, dates, parties, the park, football, hockey. I'm a busy guy. I spend anywhere from 10 to 50 hours a week doing research, working on my site, and helping other people and my forums. But I'm a busy guy. And when people start to, act, it's not even a matter of opinion. It's they have no idea the work that we do. So when you criticize it, my response is, are you doing the work? So if you're not doing the work, what do you care? That's my question. What do you care how we do our investigations? How we dress, what we smoke, who our investigators are? I mean, really, what is this about? Nothing. That's what it's about. I have nothing more to say at this point, but I will say thank you for those who are loyal. If some of you are my real friends and real members and you care about this group and its future, go ahead. Join UER.ca. Look at the photos of my son. Look at the talks of arrest. Look how they give out public places so they can be vandalized. Go ahead and look at it. Look at some of the members' websites, how they draw penises in front of my face and childish stuff. Because I'm telling it how it is. If you're on a board like that does that, it makes you just as bad. And you can look at us and look at those 50,000 messages. Where's the vulgar language? Where's the threats? Do you see anything in our archive? In our archives like that? Some of you need to grow some nobility and stand up for what's right. Do what's right. Join them and let them know straight up it's not right, because it's not. Report them to their host. And contact me privately, and I will give you all the information you need. And I got plenty of it. And that's the way it's going to go down. Because we're a great group. And all of you have played some part in it one time or another, whether someone showed to a party, a meetup, sent out a donation, gone on an adventure or investigation. You've all played a part. You know, we're a little bit more centralized, and that's the whole difference. You know, we're a paranormal organization, so we do all our own work with the members helping out. Unlike other forums or like UER, it's just a bunch of people looking for abandoned places. They go in, they trespass, they post a photo or two. There's no glory in that. It's, you know, it's like, here, I went here, now will you please come and vandalize it too? You know, there's no fashion in that. And I want people to keep on supporting us. The ones that have sent me kind messages, thank you. Everybody have a Merry Christmas, a safe holiday. You're invited to come out Wednesday to our meetup. I'll gladly have a beer with you and we'll talk. Also, I'd like to say we're having a New Year's party. We'll have food, music, and a countdown. If you wish to come on out, you're more than welcome to come on out for this event. It's just about making new friends. I'm sorry this is so long. I'm sorry for the poor sound quality. My microphone currently is broke, so the sound quality is very poor. But it's the only way I could actually get across to a large amount of members is by doing this. Because people delete emails, but if it's a file or a voice recording, people are more likely to listen to it. PGS is built on sincerity, nobility. It's built on love, honor, goals, helping one another out. It's not built on trespassing and vandalism. It's not built on jealousy. It's not built on bashing other groups to get ahead. We do our own work, and we take credit for it all. And, you know, no matter what photo someone puts up or what they alter, or if they try to prove I alter them, that doesn't prove nothing. I don't have to be questioned for why I do things. For all you know, I may have seen something disgusting I have to blur out because it's not legal to put on my site. Nobody, you know, has a right to question me unless you are on the investigation and on our team, and you're putting your life at risk. Then you can question things. But until then, I'm the leader, I'm the owner, and I'm also your friend. Until next time, I'd like to say, you know, to everybody, think about what I've said. This is a good hour of messaging. If I'm some fake, what am I doing this for? When I could be, as some people claim I do drugs, I could be doing drugs instead of talking to my members. Now I'm up close, and I'm up personal. Up personal and close. This is about as close as you're going to get besides shaking my hand. What more does the public want? That's my answer. I'm sticking to it. We can always use investigators, donations to keep us running, and to do better expeditions. We can always use more moderators. Of course, the only ones who get to be moderators are people that I know personally. We can use people who do research, who promote us in a positive way. You can also put a banner on your site. If you see somebody posting porn or violence or any type of hate messages, turn them into their ISP, turn them into their host, turn them in on MySpace. It seemed to work for one of my members. She turned them in and they got their account deleted. So keep it up. Keep up the good work. But I need more members to come forth. I need more members to go to that forum and do what's right. I'm not telling you to drop to their level, but I am telling you to do what's right. And I'm also telling you that if you're a true loyal member of the group, help us out. Because I can't do it all by myself. I'm only one man. I'm not Superman. And my kids get older, and I get more busy as they get older. If anybody chooses to talk via phone, give me your phone number. I will call you. If you wish to show to the meetup and the party, please contact me to be added to the guest list. If you're not on the guest list and you show to our meetup, you will be escorted out of it. I have to do it because of all the threats that we're getting. I don't know you from Adam. Everybody knows me because I put myself out there. So it's very important you contact me if you want to be added on the guest list. Nothing else to say. Thank you for listening to this. Thank you for downloading it. Good luck in your endeavors and journeys. Keep on supporting the Paranormal and Ghost Society. We got a great future plan for you. We got a lot of paranormal investigations. Get yourself a t-shirt. Get yourself a gift item on our site. Just keep up the good work. Keep on supporting us. We'll eventually get on television again. And we'll get some more newspaper stories. Just keep up the good work. Welcome new members to the organization. If you got any questions, feel free to contact me privately. There's not a need to air dirty laundry on the list. And if you're not fully aware of what's going on, contact me. I'll be more than happy to fill you in. I'm signing off. And if anybody has anything else they need, you know how to get a hold of me. I am about to send out about 35 articles to the group. Please feel free to enjoy. Also, by the end of the week, we should have our St. Augustine updates up on the site, so look for those. And may peace be with you.